Thank you very much for the introduction. And yes, my name is Shauna O'Neilly and I'm National Coordinator for Northern Ireland for Processions. And I'm here to tell you just a wee bit about this project. If you haven't heard about it already, I really hope that this gathering today, which is fantastic to be here as part of this wonderful gathering of women, so inspired. I just hope that once you leave here today, you will want to get online and register to be part of this UK-wide mass participation artwork. So before I tell you about it, I'm going to give you some context, because sometimes people go, artwork? I'm not really into arts, or I'm not really involved in the arts, so I'll break it down gently for you all. So yes, Processions. The aim of the actual project is to celebrate the centenary of women's suffrage. So it's 100 years since we won the right to vote for the first time in the UK, and this is what it's all about. And the project itself has been commissioned by 1418 Now, you may have heard of them. This is a photograph of one of their recent commissions, which was the Hobbies project. It began in 2014 at the Tower of London. Most recently it was at the Ulster Museum, and their role is to create extraordinary art experiences to connect people to the First World War. And obviously with 2018, this is the last year of their arts projects. Another one of their recent commissions was the unveiling of the Millicent Fawcett statue in Parliament Square in London. So they're the people who have commissioned the project, and it's being produced by Artichoke. And just to give you an insight into the scale of the project that they usually deliver, this is one of their first, which was the Sultan's Elephant, which was delivered in 2006 in the streets of London, which reportedly brought 1 million people onto the streets of London, and rightly so, because it was phenomenal. Most recently, they delivered the London's Burning Festival to commemorate 350 years since the Great Fire of London. And then closer to home, I think I missed one there, they actually did the Spider during the 2008 Liverpool European Capital of Culture. But closer to home, most recently, they have delivered Peace Camp. This is a photograph of Benone Beach and Mosselden Temple, which was part of the Cultural Olympiad in 2012. And that was followed by Lumiere, which was the beautiful Festival of Light that they have delivered in Durham for a number of years, and London, and in Derry, London Derry, as part of the UK Capital of Culture in 2013. It was a beautiful end to the year. If anyone got to see it, I'm sure you were wowed. It brought thousands of people to the streets. And then most recently they returned to Derry, London Derry in 2015 to deliver the amazing Temple project with David Best, where we created this fantastic community arts project and built that fantastic temple and then raised it to the ground. And so that just gives you an indication of the type of events that Artichoke produce. They don't do things on a small scale, they do things on a massive scale. They disrupt the everyday, they inspire everyone. Their events are always free, and this is the same will apply for Processions. So this is going to be happening on Sunday the 10th of June, which is just under 3 weeks away, no pressure at all. And I'm going to tell you a wee bit about what we're doing on that particular day and the reason for it. Okay, as I mentioned, that this is happening within the decade of centenaries, I suppose. And so in 1918, after 68 years of campaigning, women in the UK won the right to vote for the very first time. That was obviously not for everyone. In 1918, it was only initially for women at the age of 30 who were landowners. It took another 10 years for people from every female from the age of 21 to be able to vote. And so this is why we're marking this occasion. It's all about females. And 100 years ago, the suffragette movement, and as a distinction from the suffragist movement, everybody wanted the same thing, they just took a different approach. But the suffragettes themselves took to the streets of the UK. Women from countryside and urban cities came together and started their campaign by the humble needle and thread, obviously years before the internet and social media. So they stated what their ambitions were on handmade banners. And there's an element of that that's going to be recreated for Processions on the 10th of June, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so on Sunday the 10th of June, it's a date for your diary. I really want all of you to be there. On Sunday the 10th of June, we are inviting women of all ages, all walks of life, all backgrounds, to come together to the 4 parliamentary capitals of the UK. So simultaneously, on that day, in Belfast, Cardiff, Edinburgh and London, we are inviting women in their tens of thousands to come and be part of Processions. And Processions, as I've said, it goes back to the suffrage movement. Once you register online, we are going to issue every person who's registered online on the day with a shawl, a cotton shawl to wear, which will be in the suffrage colours, which are green, white and violet, and those represent to give women votes. So on the day, we are going to create the suffrage flag and move together as a living portrait of women in the 21st century through the streets of Belfast as representation of women in the 21st century. And not only is it to commemorate what women won for us 100 years ago and the efforts that they went to do so, but also to celebrate women today and to move forward within this artwork, looking towards the future together. And so what might ordinarily look like Royal Mile in Edinburgh on any given day would look like that. And Whitehall in London might usually look like that. And Cardiff might usually look like that. And Belfast City Centre might usually look like that. But on the 10th of June, we hope that it will look something like this. And on the day itself, it's going to be broadcast live for 2 hours in the afternoon, simultaneously from all 4 capitals by BBC One Network. And so we will create the suffrage flag. There'll be aerial shots taken. We'll be taking people out of the crowd to ask what it means to them to be part of Processions, what it is we want in the future for ourselves. Because obviously, as much as we won the right to vote 100 years ago, there are still ongoing challenges. You only have to look at the recent media to be given plenty of inspiration. And so this is the approach. We have commissioned 100 organisations across the UK to create banners. 14 of those are in Northern Ireland, those are listed there. So they're across Northern Ireland. We have some in Belfast, some in Down, some in Derry, Londonderry, Ballymena, Lisburn, and all of those organisations are working with female artists and communities to create fantastic banners to carry with them on the day. Now that's the part that is already happening and those are ongoing. And there are other people who have taken the initiative to download the banner making or flag making toolkit from the website and create their banners. And so there are workshops popping up in Eastside Arts Centre, for example, last weekend, this weekend. There are so many different sections of society and groups of women who are being represented. Within this, we have women from ethnic minorities, we have women from LGBTQ community, we have travelling community. There are women being represented across all sectors of society within this artwork. It's totally inclusive. We want everybody to be there. The common denominator is that you're female, it's free, we want you there. So what I would ask you to do and invite you to do is to register at processions.co.uk. And I'll just take you a quick canter through some of the banners and flags that have been created to date, or works in progress. Fantastic, colourful work, some highly intricate, some a bit more simplified.